welcome to episode 6, everybody. I'm Rob.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Andi.
And this is
Everybody in the Conference Room.
That's right. Welcome to episode 6. Tonight, guys, we're going to break down The Hot Girl, the last episode of season 1.
6
Man, that
episodes.
was a fast season.
And then we get to see Michael Scott look a little bit more normal.
Yes. Can't wait for that.
Yes.
We're also going to break down a prank that Jim pulled and give it some Shroot Bucks, give it a rating. And we're also going to head over to the subreddit, DunderMifflin, and give some Reddit silver and check out some good quality content from over there. So if you're not on Reddit, do it. Make sure you tell a friend about the show. It is a very tangible, easy way to help the show get moving and get off the ground, and it really helps us out. So please do that. Make sure you check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/anofficepod. For $3 a month, you get access to exclusive content. You can be a part of the after party at Poor Richard's.
It is pretty fun, if
And
I
tonight,
do say so myself.
We had some good stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
tonight for the after party, we're talking McDonald's behind the scenes. Okay,
Right.
in episode 6, it's obvious that Michael Scott loves the filet of fish, and Adam Jones worked at McDonald's for a period of time.
I did.
So we got to talk a little bit about that in the after party. So,
Secret menu, hot fries, all those secrets were given.
oh my gosh,
It's well worth it.
Yes, he pulled back the veil, and it was beautiful. So make sure you check that out, and make sure you subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you leave us a 5-star review, it really helps out the show, and we will read it live on the air, like this stunning 5-star review that we received.
Read it.
The title of the review is Super Fun Podcast, and it was by someone by the name of Inglorious Bradsterd.
Okay.
Which is awesome. And they said, this is a super fun podcast to listen to, whether you're a huge fan of The Office or just starting to watch. So
Sweet.
thank
Nice.
you
Thank
so much for
you.
that. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, speaking of people reaching out to us on social media, I thought it'd just be cool to give a couple of shout outs. Number one, I want to say a nice shout out to at WarBaby with 3 Ys on Twitter. She's been very cool retweeting our stuff and spreading the word, so we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And over on Instagram, good people.
We've got some great people there.
Good people interacting over on Instagram. Little shout out once again to Saf Pillmore, always just interacting. It sounds like maybe a fellow Packers fan, Adam Jones.
Yeah, she was saying
Okay.
that on Instagram. She liked my team of choice.
Your choice of NFL
Not a
team.
team of choice. It's in my blood.
Oh my
I do
gosh.
have to say, if
He
you haven't
bleeds
found
cheese.
us,
Bleed cheese.
I actually did see a picture of you with a cheese head on, and that made me laugh.
Yeah.
But if you haven't found us on Instagram yet, we did Friday introductions. So if you want to know a little bit more about us, find us on Instagram. Check that out.
Yes. At
It was
an office
recently
pod.
posted. So
Yes, you
That'll
get
be
to check us out. That's a little weird.
Check me out.
That's right. So check us out. And also a little shout out to at, I don't know if it's House Mouse or House Mouse E. There's 2 E's on the end, but she'll correct us. But fellow Utah.
right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, fellow Utah checking out the show and been interacting there. So thank you so much for all that. That's awesome. We really
Utah's
appreciate
cool.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool in Utah.
I'll live here.
Yeah. I guess I'll live here. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all not from here, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
we're not, no.
We all ended up
Yeah.
here. But you can find out actually more about that if you go join our Patreon.
Right.
Because episode 1, I think that's what we talked about, is how we all got to know each other and all that good stuff.
Right.
So just go join our Patreon. Anyways, so guys, before we jump into the episode, this week, the pranks continue in the office. And it's not only Adam Jones who's experiencing
Oh, in
it.
our office. Yeah.
They have
Oh, yes.
the prankster has struck me.
Rob,
this week.
Right?
Rob
I'm feeling
right
a little
here,
left out. I gotta
He's
confess.
trying to next week. I swear, Andy's gonna get something, and then then Rob and Andrew are both gonna be like, "We didn't do it." I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, you did."
You know what? I am fine with taking credit to good pranks. Like, that's fine. It wasn't me, but if you think it's me, sure.
They left me
Sure,
ice cream
I'll say
sandwiches
yes.
in the fridge.
Yeah,
No
so
way.
okay, so Adam Jones, you did get pranked
What?
again.
They did, for real?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh, you better share those.
You did get pranked.
I got
and-
pranked.
So what happened? What happened?
I mean, pranked seems like it's not. They left a note on my monitor, my second monitor, And it's like a list of made-up medical names for stuff, and they said I think it said these will not be covered by insurance. I still have it on my desk because I was going to
That's awesome.
take it, but
I actually didn't see that. Take a picture.
yeah. And then you can see it in the office tomorrow. But then then at the bottom it said, "This is a lame prank. We also have something for you in the freezer. Don't forget to check the freezer." So I thought, what could be in the freezer?
Oh, yeah.
A body.
Ice cream sandwiches.
Oh,
yeah.
That's better.
So then I think it was episode 3 when we were talking about healthcare, and we happened to be talking about like Count Chocula, Blueberry, all that. Okay, and I mentioned that I'm not a big fan of Lucky Charms.
Because you don't like the way the marshmallows crunch in your mouth.
When you bite into marshmallows and you get that hush, 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 hush.
Yeah.
And so
I don't even like it when you say that.
I know. So I walk into the office, and this is how you know it's not me, Adam Jones. I would not do this to myself. It's like giving me anxiety just thinking about it.
That's where the
I walk in,
expression
and
comes.
on my desk is a box of Lucky Charms. That as soon as I saw it, I was like, "What are you doing to me?"
Okay, match the handwriting.
There you go. Oh, geez.
Because both of you had a note, right?
That's
We
right.
did.
There you
And
go.
the person wrote on mine on a 4x6 card, and I thought, who still has 4x6 cards?
Oh, so they're old?
Oh.
I don't know.
No,
It came by telegraph. No. So then pasted on the front of the box was a card that said, "Caution, biting into marshmallows may cause a weird sensation." I posted it on Instagram so people could see it. But
Okay, we got to match that handwriting.
What are you going to do with those Lucky
Sarah.
Charms?
I mean, I'm gonna eat them.
Are you?
I'm gonna power through for sure.
Okay, well,
Our girls will like them.
Yeah.
And share them with the kids.
your
It's for the
kids- your
children.
kids will like
I probably haven't eaten Lucky Charms in, 5 years,
If I'm being honest,
6 years. I'll try some.
I can't remember ever eating Lucky Charms. I'm sure I have. I mean, I'm a human.
They're magically
She
delicious.
needs to eat something.
But yeah, I'll have
Maybe
a bowl.
That could be a Patreon
I can't tell you what they
thing.
try.
I'll tell you
I
what.
know what they taste like.
Maybe we'll both have a bowl of Lucky Charms together, and we'll do it as like an Instagram live.
Our next date
Do
night.
I not get a bowl of Lucky
No,
Charms?
you can have a bowl of Lucky
Fine,
Charms.
third will.
Okay, you know what's interesting too is on the box they doubled down on it because on the box it had a contest that if you fill out and send in your entry, you could win a box that is just purely the rainbow and unicorn marshmallows.
So they had very special attention to detail, maybe.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
they're trying to kill me.
We got to figure out who these people are.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you want to keep thinking it's me, sure. That's great.
I just don't want to rule it out.
Okay.
I could just
okay.
see you guys being like, "Well, what if we just start pranking Adam and we just pretend it wasn't us?"
Okay, yeah. Honestly, that sounds like a fun couple. I'll be friends with them. Let's have that be us.
Yeah, that does sound pretty cool actually.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, you guys ready to jump into episode 6?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, the end of season 1.
Hot girl.
Here
That's
we go.
right. Here we go. All right. So we get to meet Pam 6.0. Dwight buys a purse. Jim is like a brother. And Michael loves filet of fish and sleeping on a futon. Dang it, Michael Scott.
Sounds like a real catch.
This is Hot Girl, episode 6 of The Office. All right, so this is episode 6, Hot Girl. The episode opens up with Michael sitting at his desk, and a la Jim, he's building like a fortress.
Pencil forts is the thing.
Dude,
Why haven't we built any pencil forts where we work?
I
Do
don't
we
know.
even have pencils? I can never even find an extra
do
pen.
everything
I don't
digital.
have any pencils in my
No.
desk.
I don't have a pencil.
Just my very specific special pens.
Okay,
There you go.
answers that question.
Good job, guys.
That's why we have no
That's how we do
pencils.
it.
Pens.
So he's basically on the phone with Jan, and she's letting him know, hey, we are putting together this incentive program. You can give a prize of up to $1,000 to the salesperson who basically does the best during this quarter or whatever it is. And Michael is kind of hinting at maybe is it possible for him to
Can
win
I
the
win?
prize,
Yeah,
and they
right.
shut him down.
She says no, and he tries to say, "No, I wasn't talking about me.
It wasn't me.
No,
Of
I'm
course
not talking about
Oh,
me.
geez,
No.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, okay.
Michael Scott, never. But so then Michael's like, all right, we got to figure this out. And so we get the shot of him, and he's trying to figure out, like, what is the thing that motivates people the most?
And Dwight wants to be helpful.
Yeah, as always, Dwight has always wanted to chime in,
Yep.
which he basically lets us know that it's either going to be sex or
Right.
torture.
Okay.
50 Shades of Dwight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
The two extremes. Dang it, Dwight.
So yeah, that's
Things are getting weird over at Shroot Farms. And then
he has a big barn. So
yeah, he does. Oh, geez, Adam Jones, what do you do?
Oh gosh, I will never look at Dwight the same.
I will never look at Cousin Mose again the same. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, Moses' Apprentice. Yes.
So then Pam walks in, and it's beautiful. We get a new nickname. Pam.
Oh yes,
Burger
Burger
with
and
cheese.
and fries.
And shake.
He does go to McDonald's a lot.
He's a McDonald's fan.
you're right.
There you go.
He's ordering. With
I'm not going to lie. Okay, I know that Pamela Ding Dong is the front runner.
Yeah, that was good.
We love us.
Still can't say it.
We love us a Pamela Ding Dong. Hamburger with cheese.
That was good. And fries.
That was good.
And everybody
Say
likes a
Pamela
hot
Ding
fry.
Dong. Say it.
Pamela Ding Dong.
That was very nice.
Oh.
Well done.
Good job,
Well
good
done.
job. Okay.
I'm not saying it's better than Pamela Ding Dong, but hamburger with cheese is quite
Hamburger
good.
with
Yeah,
cheese
that's good.
is pretty
That's
fun.
pretty good.
Dang.
You just take the H and you put it with the P and you got it.
There you go.
Way
That's
to
all.
go, Mike.
That was great. That's all you have to do. So she basically lets him know, hey, there's someone here who wants to sell handbags, and Michael's saying, hey, there's no vendors allowed in the office.
It'll be a distraction, he says, which is ironic.
Exactly. He doesn't even want to talk to the person. He's like, just tell him to
get
go.
rid- Tell him to go.
Then he peeks around the corner and sees who it is. I guess I could go
It's
talk
the
to her.
hot girl.
I guess I could go
Who
talk
is that?
to her.
She
Is
is
that
a
Amy?
cutie.
Is that Amy Adams?
Is it Amy Adams? McAdams?
Who is it?
No, it's not McAdams. That's Rachel McAdams.
Oh, Rachel
Maybe
McAdams.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. It's the girl who plays.
I think it's Amy
I don't
Adams.
It's Giselle from
I just
Enchanted.
want to say
I
I know something here. think
I
it's
have to
Amy
tell
Adams.
you a funny story.
I think you got it.
What?
And you will never ask me for a celebrity name after this. I don't know anybody.
Okay.
One time this was actually at our job. We were in like a marriage conference, and we were the couple that was on there competing against other couples. And one of the questions was, what would your husband say that you're a celebrity look-alike?
Uh-huh.
I couldn't think of one celebrity, not
For
one. Even
your
if they
spouse?
didn't. So Rob, what would he say I looked like?
Yeah,
who would he say I looked like?
Who would I say is her celebrity
Okay,
look
okay,
like?
okay.
Right.
She
I
can't
couldn't-
think of one.
Not one. Not even. Maybe they don't even look like me. I couldn't think of the name of a.
Oh no, she's like just the first name that comes to my head.
She's
I
like,
think-
Weird Al Yankovic.
I think I said Monica from Friends.
Monica
Couldn't think
from
of
Friends.
anybody.
Yeah, Courtney
Still
Cox.
didn't
Who
know
did
her
you
name.
say?
Oh man, I think I said Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell.
Still don't know. Who
Because
that is.
one time, you're
I'm
too
worse than-
young.
I'm worse.
You're too young, Adam
I am
Jones.
young.
Oh gosh. I think she took she did one of those things on Facebook where it like scans your face and
Oh,
then says,
right,
"Who's
yeah.
your celebrity?"
They're like
look
little
like?"
that's a
hopper
bunch of
thingies.
bull.
Yeah, and so that's what popped up.
Okay.
So I remembered that. But
Yeah, and I was sitting there for 10 seconds saying, celebrity, what the what?
Adam Jones.
Who is
Okay.
a celebrity?
Okay, just rabbit trail. Adam Jones, you don't know anything about Saved by the Bell, Screech, Zach
Saved
Morris?
by the Bell. I know the name of it. I've never watched an episode.
I guess once we get through 215 episodes of The Office, I guess we know where we're going next.
Oh boy, Saved by the Bell.
That would be super fun, though,
Oh
for
my
real.
gosh. Saved by the Bell. So yeah, he decides, well, I guess I could go talk to the hot girl. So
Yeah.
when he walks out there, this is one of the things I noticed. He calls her, he says, like, what is your name, fair lass? And he has, like, the worst accent.
What accent does he have?
It sounds like he goes for, like, Irish or Scottish, but when you watch it with the captions, it says, in parentheses, British accent. And I'm like, that's an insult to the UK. How could you do that?
That's funny.
But then at that point, dude, he calls her the new and improved Pam. The Pam 6.0. I mean,
That's pretty. This is why I say when I was watching it with my wife before I came here. This is a pretty cringy episode.
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Really awkward.
Yes, I would agree. And he basically says that he's going to give her, that usually this is not okay, but today he's going to break all the rules because he can, because he's
That's
the boss.
right. He's a boss.
He's going to give her the conference room all day and forget about HR. They can go have their
They
meeting
can
in the
go in the
hallway.
hallway with
Okay,
chairs.
is this the first time that we have seen Michael interact with a person outside of the office? Like just a normal, everyday person?
Well, okay, we saw him interact with Mr. Brown, but the
Yeah.
thing that I was going to say about this is this is
Oh,
our
yeah.
first time where we get to see Michael attempt to impress or flirt with somebody of the
woman,
opposite
yeah.
sex.
Oh, right.
And we
Oh,
see
man.
how bad
It
he
hurts
is at it.
so bad.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Poor guy.
Oh yeah. Mr. Brown got off so easy. And so then we get to hear basically that Michael Scott, he's all about decisiveness, which he heard about from Small Businessman.
He's a reader.
He is.
Leaders are readers.
That's right. That is true. That is a good quote. He subscribes to Small Businessman, USA Today, and American Way, which is an in-flight magazine.
I hate those things. I used to read those before I could, like, you know how they changed it where now you can, like, listen to your iPhone or your iPad as you're taking off?
Yeah.
That was the only thing those served a purpose for. Now they're dead.
Okay, you're not a fan of that? You're not a fan of Sky Mall?
No.
I just like to flip through Sky Mall just to
it's
see
cool
what's
to see
on
what's
there.
on there, but I would
What
never
would
buy
you read?
anything.
There's nothing in there.
But it's cool to see what's on there.
Yeah.
It's just not cool to be like, I'm not going to buy anything.
It's like
I don't think I've ever really looked through it.
Sky Mall magazine is like the I was gonna say QVC,
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
but
Yeah,
it's
of the
even
year.
worse than that because it's like literally it's like infomercial stuff.
I mean,
it's like put
basically-
this baseball cap on that shoots infrared lasers on your
Yeah,
head and
yeah,
makes your hair
exactly.
grow, you know?
Who doesn't need that?
Could we just say that it's just Sky Mall is just basically for very well-to-do, rich, older people who are bored and traveling?
Don't
Yeah.
know
It's
what
not
to do with their money.
Right?
And they got that money.
Yeah, they got that cheddar.
Oh,
I
cheddar
am
cheese.
positive that that's where you'll find like a golf toilet.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
oh,
There you go.
definitely. That's
Absolutely.
definitely where that would be.
Somebody who's
Where
like,
would you buy it?
I have plenty of time on the can. I need to work on my golf game
Yeah.
also. So there you go. Dang it! I need to get one of those. That's that good.
You don't golf, do
so,
you?
me?
No.
I have golfed in the past. I actually worked at a golf course
Well,
right out of like
La-ti-da.
right out
And
of high school.
we
Yeah.
lived for years on a golf course.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at golf.
I am horrible at it, but I enjoy getting out there and swinging,
went once
swinging
or
the
twice.
irons, as they say.
I do top golf. That's
there
a
you go.
stretch for me.
Yeah, that's
it.
that good stuff.
I remember doing a whole round with friends one time at our house.
Of golf.
No, yeah, do you remember that?
Round
with
of
the
golf?
Thiesens?
No.
Round of golf?
At our house.
At our home?
At our
At our
home
home on the golf
on the
course.
golf course. I was terrible, but man, driving around the golf cart was pretty stinking fun.
So he's basically he brings her into the conference room. He's trying to make her feel at home, make her feel comfortable. Maybe
Did we already mention how weird it is that she would go to an office to try and sell things like
I mean that is kind of weird.
or anything?
Here's the real question. Was this an MLM of some sort?
Oh,
See, that's what was
probably.
going through my.
That's
I mean,
what I was thinking.
When we're here in Utah, MLMs are everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
man.
Every other house has an MLM right
yeah.
now.
No
Or
offense.
whenever friends from high school reach out to me on Facebook, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what do you want? Like, we haven't talked for 10 years. What are you selling?
It's like always that same like, hey, what's going on? So and so haven't heard from you in a few years.
know.
How you
Oh man,
doing?
looks like you're doing great. How you doing?
No, I'm
and you're
like, what are you selling?
just get to the punchline. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Tell me what it is.
It's starting to annoy me.
Oh
when
my
people
God.
reach
Nothing
out to
against
me
our
and I haven't
listeners
talked
who
to
do
them.
that thing. It's just
Yes.
No,
it's just
I am
here, it's very
against you.
prevalent.
And I am now your enemy. Goodbye.
I think there's a later episode where they talk about a pyramid scheme and Michael's
Oh yeah, he's drawing it on the board.
he's
Yeah.
very sure that it's not a pyramid
It's a
scheme.
calling cards or something. Is that am I right on that?
something
Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there. That's awesome. And so he wants to make the hot girl happy. He wants to make her feel comfortable.
doesn't?
Anything I can get you.
Yeah.
Cup of coffee. And that's where he just makes the connection. Like, oh, and I knew and saw another addict. It's all about
this
the
part's
bucks.
so hard to watch.
I
It gets
know.
really up close to her, and it's really awkward. It's like just because somebody wants a cup of coffee doesn't mean that they're like an addict and like.
Or that they're in love with you.
So many like hurtful things in this.
Well, it's
part.
interesting because to me, this is that he actually like almost gets a little bit of an Oprah moment with her, where he starts talking about like marching to the beat of his own drummer and
Oh, yeah.
breaking
I
down
don't even know
walls. all
what
the
he
time.
was saying. I
It's
kind
very
of like
deep.
glazed
He's talking
over a
about
bit.
coffee, and then he gets really, really deep.
Yeah, it's like no, it's not okay. It's actually not okay. It's like
this part was.
dang it, Michael, what are you doing? But that's what he does all day, guys. He just breaks down his walls. So
You gotta break them down. People keep putting them up. He breaks them down.
that's right. Good job. So he goes to get her that coffee. People are starting to notice the hot girl. We get it like
What's her name? Oh, Katie.
Katie. Yeah, but we're
Okay.
gonna call her hot girl. 'cause
Got
that's
it.
her name.
Sure. I'm comfortable with that.
And we get Kevin kind of over there talking with Pam and letting her know, like, hey, are you jealous? There's another girl. And then he says,
She's hotter than you.
she's prettier than you. You know? God bless you, Pam.
She handles it pretty well. She tells them.
That's such a rude thing to say, Kevin.
That's such a rude thing to say.
And his face is just like,
And back at you, Kevin. She's hotter than you too.
she's much hotter than Kevin. I will agree with you 100% on that. And then as we kind of get to go around the office and see how people are feeling about the hot girl, Dwight comes to the realization that the hot girl may be his absolute perfect match. and he kind of runs down some of the credentials. So let's take a look at this clip.
So you like the periwinkles and the purples?
The purse girl hits everything on my checklist. Creamy skin, straight teeth, curly hair, amazing breasts. Not for me, for my children. The Schrutes produce very thirsty babies. There you go.
Not for me.
Like at first, you kind of think he might be describing a horse.
Right.
What? Creamy skin,
straight teeth,
curly
like-
hair.
Yeah, it's very, I get what you're saying.
Totally.
It's a solid list.
But then those thirsty Schrute babies,
Yep, they need their milk.
let's move on. So Michael decides, hey, maybe the best way he could be helpful, he's going to show her around the office, introduce her to some of the clientele. They walk into the break room, and he almost assaults Oscar while he's on the phone. Did you see this?
Yeah, and Oscar's pretty surprised. Too.
Yeah, I don't know if Oscar got surprised and threw himself against the wall, or if Michael sort of pushed him.
Just
but
rough with them.
Dang, dude. But he just makes all the Oscar the Grouch connections, and it's still just incredibly awkward and cringy. And then we get to hear from Pam, who basically says, "Look, it's nice to have somebody else in the office that Michael can interact
To
with."
distract him.
Yes, taking the pressure
bet.
off Hamburger with cheese.
And fries.
That's right. And so
And
as
shake.
and a shake. That's right. And so as he's showing her
Shake
around,
it, girl. Okay, man.
no, it's good.
My milkshakes.
No, keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I sound very, what's the, I can't sing
do
it.
it, do it.
It's that great song, that great R&B song, "My Milkshake."
This used to be my wife's ringtone in college.
That's
My
awesome.
milkshake.
I knew I liked
Bring
that
the boys
woman.
to the yard and
And the boys come to the yard, and then they're in the yard with the milkshakes. How does it go? Yeah. So,
Look how Pam feels about that.
yeah. She's smiling. She loves it. So then Michael takes Hot Girl back to meet Toby. And they kind of start to hit it off. And it's a great interaction. And then Michael has to deliver some hard truth regarding Toby. But here's a Hot Girl meeting Toby. Check out this clip.
Here is Toby from Human Resources. Katie, Toby.
Hi.
Toby, Katie.
Hey, did you go to Fisher for hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
they're
What
actually
year
hitting
were you
it
there?
off.
Toby's divorced. He,
Oh, thanks, Michael.
recently, right? You and your wife. And you have kids.
Dang it, dude.
Oh, it was really messy. He slept one night in your car.
street cred.
I should probably get back to my table.
Okay. All right. Cool. See you in a bit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's cute. Cutie pie. Back
Picture
to
of
work.
her daughter, of his daughter.
Wait, did you
That's
just
work.
did you just say street cred for sleeping in his car for one night?
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
Right?
I mean,
Isn't
to be
it?
honest, especially for Toby.
I've never done that.
Poor freaking
Those
Toby,
street
dude.
youths.
Street youths.
Toby, I feel like I said this on the Instagram post. I feel like he's just so misunderstood. He was having a great
He
conversation there.
does look like
I
a normal
know.
guy there.
I know. They were just hitting it off.
No, they were hitting it off for sure.
And then Michael. First it was from 0 to Hitler. Now it's from 0 to Toby's divorce.
They're divorced.
To Toby
And he
sleeps
just-
in his car.
Toby was divorced.
He's got 2 kids, real messy.
Very relevant.
Oh, and so Mike lets us know that he lives by 2 rules. The first rule is no office romances ever because it gets ugly.
And she counts, right?
Yeah.
The
Somehow.
There you go.
yeah.
Somehow
there for
she
a couple
counts.
hours.
But the second rule that he lives by is just do it. Nike.
Those are 2 solid rules.
They're very
if you
good
think about
rules.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Like, keep life pretty clean.
we have an
and
office
fun.
romance, you and I.
Oh, let's start. Let's continue to make things uncomfortable. Go on.
Just do it. Nike.
You guys sit next to each other.
That
We
is
do.
true.
It's good stuff.
And you know what? We did meet while working.
There you go,
So,
see? Oh, man.
okay. Well,
It's meant to be.
it works.
It's meant to be.
Pam and Jim right here, everybody.
There you go. Say, speaking of Pam and Jim, so they're in the break room having lunch, and Roy is sitting there with Pam and Jim having lunch. He mentions the hot girl to Jim, and he's
Gosh,
like,
she makes me so mad.
I know. He's like, are you going to, I think he says, are you going to get on that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Jim says, not my type. And then Roy says, and I quote, are you gay? why are you gay? Which I love Jim's response, which is, I don't think so. No. But freaking Roy, dude.
Roy just really shows himself here.
Yeah, he just digs the hole just a little
There's
bit deeper.
uncomfortable parts in this episode with Michael, and there's uncomfortable parts with that triangle.
Yes.
Roy, Pam, and Jim.
Oh,
I mean,
for
really,
sure.
really uncomfortable
Absolutely.
parts. This
Yeah,
is
it's
one of
getting
them.
there.
I love the way that Jim recovers on it. He basically says that his type is moms.
What's wrong with moms?
Yeah, he
There's
does.
nothing wrong with moms.
Okay, good.
Moms are cool.
Moms are cool.
Yeah, let's stick to that story.
But
Everybody.
he does do like he does the cool guy thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, I'm just gonna make this so joking.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you can't tell that I'm serious.
Because who would like a mom?
Yeah, soccer moms. I don't remember what
NASCAR moms.
NASCAR moms. Yeah.
Kevin's mom. That's my
And
favorite.
he says something like, "Don't date." He says something about
Stay away from my mom. Too late.
Yeah. He's funny. He is funny about it.
So then Roy says if he was not dating Pam, that he would be all over that. Which
Yeah.
okay.
Dating. Thanks, Roy.
But number one, even if he would have said if I wasn't engaged to Pam, I would be all over that. Like, isn't that?
yeah.
It's just normal.
That's just gross.
It's normal human behavior to understand you don't say that.
And yeah, Pam reminds him we're not dating, we're engaged. And then she leaves the table.
Storms off with her salad.
Yeah.
It's trouble in paradise, people. Oh man.
Yeah, it's awkward.
And in the interview that we hear from Jim right now, he basically says that he's the go-to guy for Pam's problems, which happen to be work and Roy, and that's about it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yep.
Dang it.
Seems legit.
So then we get to some good stuff. So Jim is sitting with Dwight, and he's convincing Dwight that he needs to go talk to the hot girl. And Dwight is concerned because Michael was already talking with her, and Jim is saying, hey, he's your work boss. He's not your relationship boss. And he wants to convince him that he needs to go talk to her. And
Did you notice? Hold on, before we continue this, I believe it is this discourse where did you notice in this clip that Jim actually this time my wife pointed this out to me because I didn't notice it. Jim actually says you're assistant to the
Yes.
you are assistant regional manager.
Yeah.
First time they flip and Dwight corrects him. No, I'm
Right.
assistant to the
To.
regional manager.
Yes.
In this conversation, it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
interesting because Jim's trying to push him.
Yeah, he just doesn't
into
have the
this.
confidence,
Trying to
man.
encourage him.
Yeah, so he's got to put that confidence in him
Yeah.
by saying that. Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting.
So he's basically telling him, like, you know, go in there, talk to her, and you can always fall back on buying a purse. Dwight doesn't want a purse. And Jim is basically saying, like, I read GQ. Men have purses like that all over the place.
right.
They're like mini briefcases.
Cases.
It's good stuff. And so Dwight goes in, and then Jim heads over and with Pam and basically does this kind of flirty commentary, but it's also kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, this is another moment, and I mean, maybe I'm coming out of left field here, maybe I'm the weirdo, but this is another moment for me that Jim is a little bit unlikable. I think
Yes, I know what you're saying.
it's just the whole,
You
like,
just feel bad for Dwight? Or?
no,
No, it's just that it's very, to me, when I hear you saying, it's very obvious that he's flirting with her, right? And she's engaged. I mean, is that what you're saying?
I think I just feel like Jim could, like, execute this part of it better.
Sure.
But when he's over there and he's like, oh, this is the most beautiful one of all.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm going to be, like, I don't know.
Because
Just,
he's
I thought it
teasing
was
Dwight.
funny.
yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I think I'm putting myself in Jim's shoes, and I'm like, Jim shoes, get it?
Jim's shoes.
I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I'm like, that bit could have been better, Jim. Come on, man. But
Yeah.
anyways, you're not convinced. That's cool.
Okay, you lose.
I thought it was funny because he does that part where he like tries to stress test the bed.
Yeah.
Like rips through something and
Yeah.
he's like
She's
hitting
like,
it.
oh, please
That's
do
what I'll
that
say about
more.
Pam. Pam is hilarious when she's like, no, yes, do that. Step through it. Like, oh, Pam's part is so good. I love it.
Yeah.
But Dwight buys a purse.
Okay.
He buys
And he
a
gives
purse.
a little thumbs up.
Yeah, he's like, I did it, Jim.
I
Did it,
know I
Jim.
look good.
Mini briefcase.
And then you get that little quote from Pam where you can tell she's fallen for Jim. She says, "Oh, you're so horrible." She says it just like that,
Oh,
with that
good,
little laugh.
good
Oh,
quote.
yeah.
That definitely is a sign of crushing.
No,
There
but
you
she's
go.
like, it's not like, Jim, you're a horrible person. She's like, oh, you're so bad. You're so bad, Jim. Like that kind of like, you know, she's
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Flirty Rob, right there. That's the best thing.
That was my best Michael Scott flirting right there.
boy.
You're so bad. Speaking of really, really bad flirting, so the next scene is Pam looking at the purses in the conference room, and Michael walks in.
Giggle, giggle, shushy, shushy.
Giggle, giggle, shushy, shushy. Yes, which has become a saying in our household now.
Yes.
And what is it? Google?
No, he's
Giggle,
saying
giggle.
he's
Giggle,
like he's like walking in and he's making fun of him and he's like, oh, giggle, giggle, sushi.
Like that's how they're
And like I
reacting.
say, you don't necessarily.
Oh boy.
He doesn't articulate the words sushi, but if you put on the captions,
That's where you
it says giggle, giggle, sushi.
Oh, it's awesome.
So good. But speaking of that bad flirting, when he basically is like, hey, how was that coffee? Oh, you guzzled it up, you greedy little thing. And I'm like,
So
It's like a
gross.
mix between Michael's flirting is the mix of talking to a child and
like a dirty old man, maybe?
Yeah, like
that's
a
what it is. Like,
creepy
oh,
old man.
you know whatever. It's just like, oh, it's so cringy.
Just leaves
Oh,
it
I
bad.
know someone like that in my life, and
Yeah.
he just gives me the EBGBs.
Oh, the EBGs
Yeah.
and the giggle shooty.
And the
Gives
sushis.
Gives you the sushis. Oh, gosh. And so he busts Pam for buying a purse that when it's not her.
I know. What's
Lunch
strange
break.
is why let a salesperson into the conference room all day if you're not going to let your people interact with them?
Yeah, that's
Don't be
why
weird,
it's-
Michael.
That's why it's
He's
weird.
he's trying to get all the time he can with her. That's what it comes down to.
Trying to
That's
impress
his,
her.
That's his
got the
secret
power.
agenda.
It's the creamy skin and amazing breath.
Oh my! I thought it was the straight teeth, but that's
Oh,
just
that's
me.
probably that. Actually, I'm wrong.
So then he says he wants to show her something. He brings her into his office and shows her the barista machine.
Yep.
In this moment, he basically like makes that little joke of like, "Oh, I know what you're trying to do. You know, you're not going to pry this away from me. Don't tempt me. I'll give it to you." Mike would really give her
Yeah,
that
oh, he
machine.
would.
Yeah, oh yeah,
For
that's
sure.
what's so funny about it. Oh, yeah. Don't tempt me. If she would have said, "I want that," he would have been like, "Oh yeah, I'm the manager." That's what he would have done. Which does an espresso machine cost $1,000? Also, $1,000
so.
a month is a huge prize.
Yeah.
A month?
Wait, was
I
it a
missed
month?
that
Or was it, I
part.
thought it was a one time.
I remember him saying her Jan on that phone call from the first. I
Right.
thought it was $1,000 per month.
Dang, that's sweet.
But-
And no, I don't know of. I'm sure there's some out there that cost $1,000, but the normal, no. We have one. We didn't pay that.
No, we didn't, and ours is not a Starbucks one because we're not.
Is there like
we're not
a-
bougie like that.
We're not sushis.
Yeah, we don't.
Sushi.
Just a real. This is like the worst radio ever. But I went ahead and Googled Starbucks barista machine. The most expensive one was $600. So he sprung for like the
Top.
the highest of high end.
Sure, yeah.
Way to go, Michael Scott. You're the man. He talks about how coffee is the great motivator, and that in the 80s, DunderMifflin didn't know that cocaine was so bad. So
Nobody knew that cocaine. You ever seen The Wolf of Wall Street? That was a great movie.
they can move some paper. And then, so this is where we get the interaction where Michael offers to give her a ride home because her ride fell through.
Oh yeah, he kind of pushes his way in there.
If I were her, I would have held that real close
Yeah,
because
no
of
kidding.
creepers like him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If he's
agree.
she's like, I don't want to impose, and he's like, it's not imposing, and you would be like, no, but I really, really do not want to impose.
Right.
Or if you were quick on your feet, you could have just been like, "Oh, I just got a text. Yeah, they can't pick me up."
Yeah. Or actually, this
how
happens all
convenient.
yeah, this happens all the time. I actually do have a backup, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
My God.
Andy's very good at saying things politically. What would you have said?
That. I would have just said, thank you so much. This happens all the time. I actually have a backup. You're so sweet.
Thinking on her feet. Look
There,
at that.
look at her.
Beautiful. Dang it. No, the thing that was so interesting to me about the scene with Michael is like, he just can't play it cool.
No.
Like he gets a little bit of it, like an in, and then it's just constantly like, what did I can give you? Yes,
Yep,
yep,
yep.
what? Yeah, oh,
Okay,
cool, cool.
That's when, if you're her, you just moonwalk out of that office.
Oh my gosh, the awkward
You
moonwalk.
throw up the peace sign and then just move. Yes, that would actually be better. Slow-mo run.
Oh my gosh. So just somehow, Michael Scott is going to give her a ride home.
Oh, wait, okay. Just because of the political correct thing. So my friend one time, she's super cute, goes to the gym all the time. She gets hit on, and so she asked, and she's married, and she asked me, what do you say when people hit on you? And
At the gym.
At the gym, just in general.
To clarify, I've never had this happen to me, so.
Me neither.
At the gym. You've never been hit on at the gym? No. I'm going to have to show up and do that.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that was awkward.
30.
Shoo.
So this is what I would say, and this is what she should have said when he said, "Can I?" Whatever. I don't think my husband would like that very much.
Oh,
had to say.
dang.
That's
brutal.
Hold on that subject. When I went back home in October, went out to a bar with a bunch of my guy friends, and this happened. Long story short, this lady came up to me, and she was like,
She hit on you?
She hit on me, but she specifically complimented my coat, which I have this with this mustard. Like, it's a great coat, by the way. But
It was deserving of being hit on.
Wait, I think I know what coat you're talking about.
Yeah.
That mustard,
you almost hit on him.
that mustard coat is legit.
Yeah, it's a legit coat.
It's legit.
nice.
So
Next
so
time you wear it, we're gonna
this
have to have a
conversation-
pickup line.
There
for
we
you.
go. Right. But in this, she compliments it, and then in the same moment, as she says, I'm like, "Oh yeah, my wife picked this out for me," and the conversation went. And then as soon as she left, all my guy friends just burst out laughing.
Oh,
I was like,
my
and I was like,
gosh.
That's all
what
you
are
have
you
to say.
supposed to
Shut
do?
it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just shut it.
Just say, I don't think my husband would
Well
like that very
done.
much.
I don't
Well
think my
done.
husband would like that
sounds
very
so-
much.
Yeah, of course not. Coffee sounds delicious, but my husband wouldn't like it.
There you go. See? There you go. I love it. So somehow Michael is going to give her a ride home. He works some sort of magic. I don't even know how he does this, but it works. So then we get a shot of Dwight helping Michael with his computer, and it's obvious that Ryan must have reorganized his desktop because Michael is not about it.
Yes.
But Dwight takes a break and just says, Michael, I want to ask your permission to ask out Katie.
Because that's important. Because he needs Michael's
He needs
permission.
my-
Well, because he's saying, like, I think it sounds. Was he asking his permission because the inter-office romance? Because that's kind of the way that
Oh, you're
Michael.
right. That is the angle. that
But
they're-
earlier on, Dwight did, when Jim was trying to get him to talk to her, Dwight did say, Michael's been talking to her. And that's what's
Yeah,
the whole,
yeah.
like, he's your work boss, not your relationship boss. So I'm wondering if Dwight was asking from a place of, like, I know you've been pursuing her, but I want to ask her. And then Michael took it as, like, you're asking because it's like the whole inner office thing. I don't know.
Yeah, something kind of like that.
I feel like it's Dwight asking because of the honorable thing. He doesn't want to.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
really likes
probably.
Michael.
He doesn't want to bypass his mentor.
Sweetheart.
So he basically asks Michael's permission. Michael says, "Hey, she's not a full-time employee, so it's totally fine. But you should know, I am going to be giving her a ride home." And when Dwight hears this, him and Michael have some real talk. So let's check out this clip.
What?
She asked me for a ride, and so I'm going to give her a ride home.
Is that all it is? Just a ride home? Like a taxi cab?
Well, might be a ride home. Might be a ride home, and we stop for coffee. And ...
Like he knows how this works.
Please.
He's groveling.
I am your
That's better.
inferior, and I'm asking you this favor. Can you promise me that it will just be a ride home?
Michael's loving this.
No. I cannot promise.
You cannot promise me, or you won't promise me.
Listen, Dwight.
Do you love her?
Dwight, no. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's too early to tell.
I could.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how I feel.
At least he has the whereabouts to say it's too early to tell. Because I feel like a Michael Scott would say,
Why, yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet my
It's
mother.
surprising that he exercised that much self-control.
Yes.
And it's surprising that Dwight was that vulnerable. It makes me wonder,
Yeah, you're my superior.
is the purse girl the one that got away for Dwight? Because he seems quite sincere. He was
sorta.
willing. He said to someone else, I am your inferior.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. It took a lot for him. That's
Okay.
true.
We'll nev-
Sushi.
We'll never know.
Sushi. Sushi. Giggle, giggle.
So Stanley buys a purse, and Michael walks in with the espresso. Stanley very, poignantly asks,
Is that the prize?
"Is that the incentive prize that was supposed to go to the salesman?"
It washes easy.
Yeah, it cleans up easy. And then we get a great shot of Dwight wearing his purse at his desk, trying to.
Not gonna lie, it looks good. Very
He's
GQ.
trying.
It is very GQ.
Oh,
I feel like there's something European.
What is GQ?
Gentleman's Quarterly.
Oh.
That was from the hip.
We're gonna have to get him a magazine.
I could be wrong.
It's a magazine. It's like Vogue, but for guys.
What does GQ stand for? Let's find out.
So not the
now.
magazines I read.
Gentleman's Quarterly.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my.
And it's a magazine,
There
right?
you go.
I mean, it's a magazine.
Founded in 1931.
Oh, you were
focuses on
asking what it meant.
fashion.
I meant.
I
Well, I
thought
meant
you
like.
didn't even know that it was a
I know it's a
magazine.
magazine.
Culture
I
from-
meant like what kind of
Say
magazine?
magazine.
Nobody cares what GQ's about.
What?
Say magazine.
Magazine.
Magazine?
Magazine.
Magazine?
Magazine.
That's his Wisconsinite, Sean.
Magazine.
Careful.
I nasalize my
Potatoes,
vowels.
potatoes.
Potato, potato.
Potato.
So then Michael calls Pam into the office, and he's asking her about the mail. And it's obvious that that's a cover because the real question he wants to ask her is, how do girls your age feel about futons?
Oh, God.
They suck.
Yep.
You guys had a futon at some point, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah, we for sure did.
Those are the most horrible sleeping things.
We made our guests sleep in it. Your mom
Oh, you
gave
guys are
us
so
this
hospitable.
futon.
I don't remember what you're talking about. I remember you in college had a futon that I
Oh, maybe it was
slept
me.
on one time.
Oh, yeah, he was my guest.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Giggle, giggles, sushi.
that sounded so bad.
He was my
But I
guest.
do remember you sleeping on my futon before. But it wasn't my bed. I slept in my bed. He slept on
Well,
the
yeah,
futon.
I know. He's.
She was almost burglarized, Adam Jones. I was there as security,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh.
That is a true story.
that's even thinking
And
about-
that actually is why I broke up with a guy I was dating because he was super mad that Rob slept on my futon. That's how it ended.
Dun 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 dun.
In his face. So
Michael's sleeping things are not great because he sleeps on a futon here, and then later,
then,
won't spoil it.
yes.
He also has a really strange
bad
Breakfast
sleeping
habits
situation
were
again.
terrible.
dang
Yeah.
it, Michael Scott. What are
Yeah.
you doing? You got to get those good 8 hours. So then Jim and Pam are joking about the futon, and then Roy walks in, and Jim like goes into lockdown mode, dude. Mm-hmm. He's got like PTSD from the last time that Roy almost.
I wouldn't want Roy to hit me,
No.
so
I just felt bad for my boy Jim because he just shuts down when Roy walks in.
yeah.
But then he's treated to that great, totally not awkward moment where Roy is tickling Pam on his desk.
Oh my
Jim's desk.
And
This
they're-
isn't just in the room somewhere.
They're terrible flirters. They're just
Oh, it's
very
awkward.
gross flirters.
Think about how good they do, though, because I mean, you're thinking this part of it is written to be awkward and cringy, and they
Yes.
do a great job
Oh, for
portraying
sure.
it. Because it is. It makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
It's so bad. Good for Jim just getting up and walking away.
What do you
Yeah.
do? You just sit there and stare? Like, what would you do?
He just he
gotta
attempted
run.
Does a good.
he kind of attempted to go tunnel vision into his work and then was like, nope, I can't do it. Gotta go.
Get up.
For sure. Get out of there. Run.
So we get a little interview with Pam, and she's saying that Jim is like a brother to me. He's my
Yikes.
best friend in the office.
I think no guy wants to hear that.
Nope,
Yeah,
I heard a
that's
lot of
friend
that
zone.
in high school, and I can tell you,
Oh, I got a lot of that too.
You're like a brother
I
to
got
me?
a lot
Oh,
of that
gosh.
yeah,
I've never used that line.
like just tell a dude you're not interested or
Yeah.
something else, then you're like a brother to me because that's just
Sucks.
yeah, it's not good.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever do that to someone, Andy?
No, never.
Andy's just like,
You
I don't
know,
like you.
I'm very honest. I would
She's-
just say, I don't feel that way about you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
She's like, you repulse me. So
You like me? Gross.
hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Speaking of being super honest about how you feel, Dwight works up the courage to go and talk to the hot girl,
Yes.
and
Good job, Dwight.
we have a little clip here. Dwight has
Do it,
he works
do
up the nerve, and he's going to go ask the hot girl on a date. Check this out.
Kind of festive. It's got a lot of
Speeding into
She took a
the
page out of Andy's
going?
book on this one.
Good. Can I talk to you for a second in private?
I don't think so. I'm
Yeah,
really
just take a
busy right
second.
now. I
And
can't.
Just for a minute,
I really
please. I wanted to talk to you in private because I wanted to ask you out on a date.
No.
There you go. I like her.
Damn.
Brutal. Dwight.
Okay, was that no to talking to me in private, or was that no to the date?
Both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What colors do you like?
Okay, I could be friends with
Gray.
her. I like her.
And then I love
Dark
Angela.
gray, Charcoal.
She just kind of goes right back to it.
What colors do you like? Gray, dark gray, and charcoal.
Yeah.
Good old
All the
Angela.
shades of
Business
gray.
as usual. She's
Yeah.
just going back to it.
Oh my gosh. So that's the way to do it, Andy. Just shut them down.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
shut
You
down.
just be honest. You can do it with a smile. You can say you're super cool, but no.
See?
To me, she said you're super cool, and yes. So
Super cool and yes. Did I ever tell you how I
pretty
asked
awesome.
out Mary Beth?
Ooh.
No.
We both like playing Call of Duty, and so
oh my god.
super
Can I be
nerdy.
honest? I don't even know what that is. It's a video game.
It's a
Yeah.
magazine.
A magazine.
A magazine.
No, I just asked her because she was at our house for Thanksgiving because she was on my sister's dorm floor. And so
You were
that's
both on Xbox Live.
No,
and-
we were sitting in person. And I asked her on the
How did you ask? What'd you say?
I said, before we start the next round. I was like, I would love it if you go on a date with me. But I didn't start with that. I said, I think you're a really cool person. I really enjoy hanging out with you. And then I went right.
Will you be
So I
the?
said
Were
that.
you super nervous?
Oh, I was so nervous.
Did you say, will you be the
So-
airstrike to my kill streak?
Oh,
and she said
I
yes.
should have used that.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
Should have used that.
Jeez, killtastic. Look at you,
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones.
Cool guy.
Cool dude. So speaking of cool dudes, so Michael, the next thing we get is Michael asking the temp, asking Ryan, hey, can you come help me with a special project? And Ryan is like all about it.
Yeah.
He is excited to go.
I'm sure not even Ryan knows what he does. He's like, sure, I'm doing nothing. Still haven't
Yeah.
figured
Yeah,
it
he
out.
doesn't
He was
No.
installing file share.
Yeah, file share.
So the special project turns out to be cleaning out Michael Scott's car to give the hot girl a ride home.
I want to attempt to clean out my car often.
I don't want to offend anybody, but I cannot stand my car being dirty.
Yeah, me neither.
I
Actually,
do
my car's
not
my car's
keep
never dirty.
trash in my car.
Children keep their trash.
There, children.
I know.
I've ridden in Adam
No,
Jones's
my car's
car, and
not
I can
dirty.
attest it is.
Right? It's clean.
He keeps a clean machine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Honestly.
But we find out. So Michael, they're going through trying to figure out what to throw away. They don't want to throw away his blue blast, and there should be an unopened Arctic Chill that he wants in the passenger seat holder.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Oh man. Okay, so let me ask you a question, Andy. I'm taking you out on the date, first date, and I say, hey, that unopened Arctic Chill in the cup holder, that's for you. Are you impressed?
Oh, you won my heart.
With that sports
There
drink?
it is.
You want that sports drink?
What is it? It's just flavor blue.
No, it's
That
Arctic
blue
Chill.
flavor?
It's Arctic Chill, bro.
What does that subliminally say?
I'm chilly for you. I'm hot for you. I need to cool down with this Arctic Chill.
Yeah.
You want to Netflix and Arctic Chill?
On Netflix and Arctic Chill. You don't want to get thirsty.
Oh my
I
gosh.
never want to be in a car with Michael Scott. Ever, ever.
Yeah.
I never want to be in that position.
Yeah. So then Jim works up the nerve and he decides, even though she's not his type, he's going to go have a conversation with Katie, with the purse girl, with the hot girl.
Hot girl.
And he does a little bit of flirting there as well.
Jim has got game. He's a good flirter.
Really?
What I like about Jim is he makes normal situations fun. Like he doesn't make it awkward. You don't feel like, oh, he's being sleazy. He's coming on to me. He's just talking about something fun that is engaging and you naturally interact with. It's just natural, comfortable conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. That's game.
She's fallen for Jim's charm. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we get a cut back to the temp and Michael cleaning out his car, and he's really upset because the temp almost threw away his Rite Aid knockoff cologne.
Yeah.
He's got to get the last bit out of the straw. And then, so good. Ryan asks, how many Filet-O-Fishes did you eat? Which Michael responds, that was over several months, Ryan.
Oh, no.
My question to you is, how many Filet-O-Fishes is too much?
Adam would know. Tell us.
I don't know.
Did
It's
you
fine.
have regulars at McDonald's where they would
Oh,
always
yeah.
come and eat like 1,000 of a certain thing?
And there were, when I worked the morning shifts, there'd be older couples that would come in and you would get senior sodas for 50 cents.
That is so cute.
And they would always come and sit at their table and
And get a soda?
Oh, how sweet. Did they hold
jeez.
hands across the table?
no.
Oh,
They hold-
not as cute.
Take bites of the
cool, not as cute.
eat a fillet of fish, Lady in the Tramp style.
Yeah.
Seasonal. French fry.
Weird.
Okay, like when you think about Michael Scott's car, okay, he's got half-open sports drinks, papers, all kinds of weird
Yeah.
stuff. His weird
Tons of fast food.
his weird cologne, but then enough boxes, fillet of fish boxes, for Ryan to say, "How many fillet of fishes did you eat?"
It's a lot.
And like, fast food in your car smells bad, but like fast food fish.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
how
even
we
think
got it.
about that. We just got another layer of Michael Scott right here. Sleazy and nasty.
Oh
And
my gosh,
fishy.
that good fillet of fish. Dang it, dude. So then Jim and Pam are having an awkward conversation about what their weekend looks like. Jim says, I'm probably going to see Katie Pam's face changes.
Mm-hmm.
We can see that's like a dagger.
Why do you say
She's gotta move on.
It's like a dagger to the heart of Pam Beasley.
Hey, you're engaged to someone pretty
That you complain
cool.
about.
I mean,
She
sweet,
is engaged to the human equivalent of a fillet of fish.
that is accurate.
So it's obvious that Jim spending some time with Katie is a little bit of a turnoff for Pam. So Michael then, in a little interview, is basically saying that to be a ladies' man, people shouldn't know that you're a ladies' man. So he plays that close to his chest. So he's insinuating that he is, in fact, a ladies' man.
Yes.
Michael Scott. So there you go with that. So then, great moment, or sorry, not a great moment. This for me is like one of those moments in, I would say, probably in the entire series that like makes me feel bad, like especially for Pam. She's sitting there and she's trying to put on some lip gloss, and then she realizes that the camera sees her, and then she like sheepishly puts it away and then like starts covering her mouth as if it's almost as if she is saying like, oh, you're right, this is stupid, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I go to the office to put on lip gloss all the time. That's why I'm in and out of the office all the time.
Oh.
What's wrong with putting on lip gloss?
She feels bad about Jim.
Like
right?
trying to get like
Yeah.
dolled up to
Yeah,
impress
she
Jim or
is.
something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
They're catching her in the act of an action that's portraying.
Yeah, I guess I didn't look at it that way. So
That's how I see it.
what you're saying is that she got caught trying to sort of
Doll up a little bit.
gussy herself up for Jim,
There
and
you
she's
go.
like,
There's
that
the-
was
Yeah.
okay.
I'm not doing
Yeah,
it
that's
for
what I
Jim.
see.
So
That's
there's
that's a little bit of a different perspective. I guess for me, when I looked at it, it was almost as if Pam was like trying to make herself look nice, and then the camera caught her doing that, and she was almost like, yeah, you're right, this is stupid. Like, what am I doing? You know, like, because everybody's talking about how like the hot girl is hotter than her.
What if it's both? No, but it's both though. That is both.
Okay,
Yeah, because he's gonna go do something with Hot Girl.
yeah.
So it is both.
I see that I see that moment with Pam, and I'm like, oh, that sucks, dude. I just feel bad for her. It sucks. Downer. So then, Hot Girl and Jim and Michael are walking out.
Is she only hotter than Pam because she dolls herself up more?
What do you mean?
Katie, is she prettier than Pam?
Then Pam, when she
Because-
tries, is that what you're saying?
Because she tries harder? Because she like wears this
probably
skimpy
I'd say
clothes
so.
and the curled hair and the
Sure.
okay,
Sure,
sure, yeah.
sure.
So
Sure.
then,
Try hard, ladies.
Gotta try harder.
oh my gosh. So
Jeez, we could go down.
I know. So Hot Girl. Well, have a good night, everybody. So then Hot Girl and Jim and Michael are walking out, and they're saying their good nights, and this is the moment where Michael realizes she's getting ready to go have a drink with Jim.
Like I spent the whole day planning out this evening, and it's done.
Got my car cleaned out of it though.
Yeah, I mean,
Truly, he needed it.
if there was any sort of a silver lining, it's that
Car's clean.
all those
Yeah.
filet of fish boxes are out of his car.
They gone.
For good Lord's sake. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's incredibly sad, and then we get a shot of Pam and Roy driving off, and it's obvious that Pam is not feeling hot about the fact that they're going to get a drink. It's affecting her.
Yeah.
So as the episode is sort of wrapping up, we have a sad Michael Scott. We have Jim kind of going to spend some time with somebody that he said was not his type.
Right? She's not a mom.
And it's obvious that Pam is affected as well, and so
Not a NASCAR mom.
Dwight is probably pretty sad
Or
because
Kevin's mom.
he's not getting to stare at her straight teeth all night. So there's definitely just a lot of sadness all the way around at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
But Michael is going to leave us with an inspirational, just an inspirational quote. He wants us to know that he does have someone special in his life. So check out this clip.
It's a very nice car.
But you're not going to freak out.
Do I have a special someone? Well, yeah, of course. A bunch of them. My employees. If I had to choose between a one-night stand with some stupid cow I pick up at a bar...
Some
and
stupid
pick
cow.
pick them every time. Because with them, it is an everyday
Zoom in on
stand.
Meredith.
And I still know their names in the morning.
Good point.
With them, it's an everyday stand, and he still knows their names.
Everyday stand. Good episode. Just
Yeah.
very cringy.
Yes,
Right.
probably the cringiest we've had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did work with a guy like this.
Yeah?
Michael Scott. The more that I like watched the
tough.
episode, I'm like, oh my gosh, I worked for Michael Scott.
Oh, oh, so, but as the season wraps up, everybody's sad, but Michael Scott has a silver
cried.
lining because he does have someone special, his employees. So we reached out on Instagram for just kind of to hear what some of the listeners' favorite moments were. So once again, it's either House Mouse or House Mousy. She'll have to clarify for that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Her favorite part was there should be an unopened Arctic Chill back there. I want that in the passenger's cup holder. So,
She's good. I mean, this listener is really good because I don't know if I would have been able to recall that right away without
Right.
rewatching it. But
yeah,
on top of it.
but Michael
Hey,
Scott.
maybe
he's-
she did her homework and did rewatch.
Maybe.
There you
Yeah.
Michael Scott just trying to pull out the big guns and impress the hot girl with that Arctic Chill. Oh baby! And then another listener, Bailey.Carter05. Their favorite part was, "I'm going to be the prettiest girl in the ball."
Perfect.
Friggin' Jim. All right, so now we come to the part of the episode where we like to take a look at a prank that Jim pulled and rate it and give it some Shroot Bucks. So just to kind of set the table, let's
Okay.
take a look at the leaderboard.
Sure.
So in third place with 8 Shroot Bucks, Jim sabotages healthcare. In second place with 16 Shroot Bucks, and remember, 30 Shroot Bucks would be a perfect score. 16 Shroot Bucks, second place, Dwight Stapler and Jello from episode 1, the pilot.
Pretty good.
And then in first place, 21 Shroot Box.
Shoot box.
I'm just so excited.
It's like a magazine.
I know. In first place from episode 4 with 21 Shroot Bucks is my Dwight in a box. So
Ow.
Every time.
tonight, Jim gets Dwight to buy/wear a purse. How many Shroot Bucks?
Oh wait, is the bigger prank that Jim gets Dwight to ask her out?
I kind of
I mean, purse is good.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, I feel like that's a byproduct. Like
Okay.
that's Dwight building up the nerve. So good on Dwight for taking a chance on love. Way to go, Dwight Schrute.
Way to go, Dwight.
But he also bought, and I could get
Okay,
it if
you're right. He bought a
I could
purse.
get it
That's
if
a
he
big deal.
I could get if he bought a purse and was like, I'm going to give it to somebody as a gift.
Yeah.
Nay. I bought
True,
and I'm going to
true.
wear this purse because according to Jim, it's all the rage in GQ. It's
There
a
you
mini
go.
briefcase.
In Gentleman's Quarterly.
That's right, Gentleman's Quarterly. So, how many Shroot Bucks? Jim gets Dwight to wear a purse.
I'm going 5.
Yeah,
Fiver.
we're talking out of 10, right?
Yes.
Out of 100.
Whoa.
He gives it that good fiver.
Giggle,
To
giggle,
buy a
sushi, sushi.
Give it the sushi. What do you think?
To buy a purse, I'm just going to say 4.
4. You know what?
It's fine.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to meet in the middle. I'm going to give it a 4.5. Because,
Wow, we're going down to
Are
the
we allowed to
decimal.
do
Good.
that?
sure. Hey,
Hey,
we can.
we
It's
make
like
up the
you
rules.
can't choose
so.
a side.
We make the rules. So that's
Enneagram 9 over here, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. That's right. So that's a 13.5. Okay, so 13.5 for Jim gets
Oh,
Dwight to buy.
is that the lowest one?
No,
No.
that puts it in third place.
Okay.
Still, Jim sabotaging healthcare.
Right, that's it.
is
That's the
in last
lowest.
place.
Okay.
But here's the deal. I want to know how long Dwight wore the purse. How many weeks?
Yeah.
How many days
So you realized.
did it go? Like, did he
I'm
come in the
saying
next
not very
morning?
long.
Do you think he took it home and then came in the next morning with all his papers and stuff in it?
I think
That'd be
he was
awesome.
done after that day, personally.
Dang it.
If
So
yeah.
there you go. All right, so that jumps into third place on the leaderboard. Still in first place, 21. It's my Dwight in a box. All right,
I
so
wanted to say it, but I missed it. I wasn't fast.
so that's it. And let's try it again. Here we go.
Dwight in a box?
3, 2, 1. So that puts it in
my-
first. Let me just. Could you just let me tee it up so you can hit the home run? Just let me.
I was very, very eager. Okay, go.
All right, here we go. And 3. This is behind the scenes. 3, 2, 1. And still in first place with 21 Shroot Bucks.
It's my Dwight is.
Oh, dude, that was definitely worth the wait. Definitely
Do a
worth.
very good job.
Okay, I can't stop laughing. Okay,
Adam
it's my turn.
Jones, save us from ourselves.
It's the door in the box.
Let's.
Yamalama ding dong. I got that.
Come on, Dina. She got that.
This is falling apart.
All right, so we're
Okay,
moving
you
on
win. Go,
to.
go.
So let's head over to that good DunderMifflin subreddit. And Adam Jones, what do you have for us this week, my friend?
All right, so I thought I saved one, and then I had to go back into my profile and find which one I upvoted. So, anyways, this is from user under my umbrella. Ooh. And
Excellent.
just keep going.
And Andy's losing it again. Talk about your Dwight in a box. Anyways,
And just keep it together.
Yeah.
And
check out the show notes, by the way, to see what we're looking at.
Yes.
There's a link there.
there's this is from a later season, so you might have to come back and look at this one to fully appreciate. But if you've watched The Office before, it's I'm saying Office noob, or sorry, it's kind of like a quote. Office noobs are saying, "I just finished The Office for the first time." And then it shows Office Fanatics, and it's Dwight. And he's saying, "Congratulations on your one series viewing. I have 70, each one better than the last." Which is it's a great quote. Again, you'd have to know the episode, but I just love it because I do like to brag about how many times I've watched The Office.
Yeah, you are
70
you're,
times?
you're the front runner, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it is.
I really do. I don't mean to brag, but I really do feel like I have a pretty good grip on where quotes are. Most of them, I think I do. I did well in
baby.
trivia too
Oh yeah,
and
he
stuff.
won.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, so
That is quite true. All right, so head on over to the DunderMifflin subreddit for some of that good content, and let the user under my umbrella know that they are going to get some Reddit silver for that good username.
that's right, a Dundie and Silver.
That's right. And speaking of trivia, just want to throw this out here. If you're in the Salt Lake area on May 4th, it's a Saturday night, we are actually going to be a part of a Office Trivia bar crawl. And it's going to be a really awesome night. So if Andy is losing it over that user, oh my gosh.
I can't believe you read it. That's what's funny to me.
Well, here's
You
the
just
funny
said
thing.
It so confidently,
No.
like you
Here's the
didn't-
thing. Because I saw this post, I never looked at the username, and so when I read that, I read it live, and I'm realizing it as I'm reading
That
it.
is
so.
what I assumed, and that is what's
That's
cracking me up.
Yeah, that's funny.
So if you're in the Salt Lake City area and you're interested in being a part of that, go check out www.crawlwith.us. So crawl with
Yeah,
us.
join us there.
And
Crawl with us.
it sounds like it's going to be a really cool event. You get to put a team together. And
Somebody did tag me in a post asking for team members, and I was like,
already
"Listen,
got a team,
we
sucker."
got a team. We are now competition. We're not friends anymore." And I unfriended them on Facebook.
Right. So if you're interested in being a part of that, and you're going to be in the Salt Lake area on May 4th, come check it out. Maybe some sort of a live recording. We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
But
I think we could do it.
I think it'll be cool. So check out. We'll put that link in the show notes. Check that out. A link to the Dundie Winner and Under My Umbrella. You can check that out in the show notes. And as we come to the end of the episode, we just want to say thank you so much once again for listening. Make sure that you rate and subscribe. It really helps out the show. Make sure you tell a friend about the show, and check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/anofficepod. And if you, just for $3 a month, you can come join. Andy is losing it. It is not funny.
I'm not losing. I'm laughing hard
my
and laughing at it.
It's good, but it's not that good. Okay, so anyways, check us out at patreon.com/anofficepod. And for $3 a month, you get access to the after party at Poor Richard's, which we're going to head to in just a moment.
Woo!
And we're going to talk about that good behind the scenes McDonald's. All this filet of fish talk. We got to talk about it. Yes, Adam Jones worked at McDonald's, and we're going to get the inside scoop. So your homework for this week, make sure you check out episode 7, which is season 2, episode 1.
Right.
But episode 7, which is the Dundies.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So next week we'll be covering the Dundies, and that is just, it's a good class.
Season 2, episode 1. But
Yeah,
episode 7, yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out the nomenclature for
I don't know what nomenclature is.
breaking it into the seasons and all that stuff. But and then also make sure you go tell a friend. Make sure you tell a friend about the show.
That's right.
All right. Well, so until next time, I am Rob,
I'm Adam.
And I'm Andy.
and this was
Everybody in the Conference Room.
All right, let's head over to Poor Richard's and talk about that good filet of fish.
Give me that filet of fish. Give me that fish. It's a
What?
commercial. It's a commercial for it.
Give me that fish. Did they say that?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's a commercial.